Yo, ChatGPT just humbled me today, and I want to share some insights with you about what you need to type into ChatGPT that's going to help you to get some tea about yourself, okay? I have it written down right here. I'm going to read it off to you. The prompt is: with everything you know about me, tell me the uncomfortable truth and be brutally honest. If you're not ready to hear what's wrong with your life, now this is for people who use ChatGPT all the time. I use ChatGPT for work. I've been paying for this service for a long time. I also use other platforms as well for my line of work. And so with that being said, it's super important for me to stay up on tools. But there comes a time when a tool becomes so insightful that it can give you some personal advice for yourself. ChatGPT is getting so freaking smart. It did a whole life analysis of my everyday schedule, my weekly schedule, and what I need to do for the next 90 days. I'm going to share some things with you all, but let me tell you this. I've been the type of person that I've done things myself, everything myself. From being a commuting mom, I've got a college student, a rising high school student, a child that's going on to the next grade in middle school. Plus, I work a full-time job. I was trying to go ahead and get things rolling back into the real estate industry, doing the side trading, doing this, doing that, doing this, doing that. And you know what? ChatGPT was like, you need to learn how to delegate. Not you becoming my bestie because you telling me the truth. See, a lot of times you all are friends with people who are just going to be your yes men and your yes women. They're not going to tell you the real truth about your life. Like, baby, this is why you have headaches. This is why you are frustrated. This is why everything is just all in a disarray. Have you ever been around a person that they start 10 projects and don't finish up with one? Okay, it's because number one, you might be spread too thin. If that sounds like your life, baby, you're in good company, because I was doing too many things. So then I had the nerve to go on and ask ChatGPT, well, what are some of the things that I need to start cutting out or doing less of? And it came up with the whole entire plan. So here we go. One of the biggest things is, after you find out what's going on with your life, I want you to then start to compartmentalize and figure out what's most important to you. Like, are you just doing this stuff so you can get accolades from other people? Are you doing this because this is self-actualization and you want to feel better about yourself? But you're never going to feel better about yourself if you start, and never ever finish. I believe in God, so I believe He is the Alpha and the Omega. I not only believe that He is the Alpha and the Omega, I know that He is the beginning and the end. My biggest thing has been, help me to be the beginning and the end as well. Of course, I'm not God, but I want to be more like Him. That means that I want to be able to start things, not only start them, but I want to go through the process of going through the process, but I want to become a finisher as well. Now, here's the thing. Potential is not good enough. You can be full of potential. Just like if I have a rubber band. I don't have a rubber band sitting here right now, but I'm pretty sure if I was holding a rubber band, you all imagine a rubber band is sitting right in my hand. That rubber band has the potential to stretch. Guess what? But I didn't put any stretch to it. Yes, it has the potential to go far, but I didn't put any stretch to it. And then I didn't launch it off. So that's what a lot of people are. You are that rubber band that's sitting here in the palm of my hand. Nobody is stretching you. Nobody is putting you in a position to launch you. And you just are full of potential. Now, I'm not picking at you without picking at myself. Baby, I need to learn how to delegate. One of the biggest things that one of my family members has said is let the experts be the experts. What do I mean by that? Years ago, in my 20s, I was married. We had a few houses that had few apartments, right? My oldest daughter always reminds me, Mom, you took care of all of these bills while Dad was overseas. You had contractors. I had a nanny. I had an inspector. I had people to come and do painting. And we had a maid service. But guess what? I also had the task of filling up the apartments by going to build relationships. I even built a relationship with an entity that would actually call me about their veterans who was getting out of the hospital and say, hey, do you have enough room? Now, that's been years and years ago, but that's when I was younger. That stuff is gone now. So now, almost 20 years later, don't be trying to calculate my age. I am at this place where I'm all about self-actualization. What makes me feel my highest and most valuable self? I want to get to this phase where it's about mama now. I have poured into my children. I have built so many other things, but I finally need to see the biggest things come to fruition. What does that mean? What did I used to have in my 20s? I had people that I delegated different tasks to. Let me tell you this. You may not be able to afford an inspector. You may not be able to afford a maid service. You may not even be able to afford somebody to cook for you or do any of those other things. But what can you afford to do or to pay somebody to do? Even if it is one of your children or a family member. You need somebody helping you to meal prep? I know of a perfect situation. One of my previous clients, her husband had a very traumatic heart attack. And I think it was like a heart attack or a stroke, but don't quote me. It was life-changing. So she went from being a 2-income household to just 1. And she had to be able to help her husband. So that meant she needed to find other ways to handle her life while also maintaining her mental health. What happened with that? She talked to her sister. Her sister started meal prepping for her because she had to take her husband to the doctor. She had to take care of him when he was at home because guess what? He became wheelchair bound. This able-bodied man became wheelchair bound overnight. So with that being said, it's time to delegate. Find a family member, find a little cousin, a niece, a nephew, somebody, and take some of that pressure off of you. Potential is not just enough, y'all. I'm going to slide down some more things that I learned about myself. If you're trying to do so many different things at the same time, like you're starting this, DIY that, baby, you can't do it all. And that goes along with the same situation about finding other people to help you. If it is menial task and you can afford to pay for somebody else to do it, please do. And become structured in your dreams. Like I understand you want to be a firefighter, a lawyer, a doctor, and you also want to be a counselor. Plus you have 5 children, 1 husband or 1 wife, and 2 dogs, 4 cats, a horse. You get what I'm saying? You probably got a farm, that sort of thing. You know, I know this is not really your life, but you got a lot going on. So I want you to focus on your dreams. Like, what is something that's sustainable that you can do right now? I understand there is this popular saying, you're a jack of all trades and a master of none. Okay, but there's a second part to that. What is this favorite saying? Jack of all trades. A jack of all trades. Here we go. What is the saying? I'm going to find it. Hold on, you all. Come in, come in. And you know what? That awkward silence, I have learned to be comfortable with it because I do sales for a living. I work in a very high pressure environment, and you have to be comfortable with just pausing. My oldest daughter reminded me the other day, she's like, Mom, you always in a rush, you always in a tizzy. Because I work in high pressure environments and feel like I have to just move. Let's just take a moment. Sit down, write yourself something down, and think. So you don't be counterproductive as well. That popular saying is, a jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. This is what I feel about that statement because I don't want to give you all false hope. Master one thing at a time. I get it. They said that it's great. At least you're doing something. And it's better to just be a master of one. Child, don't stress yourself out. Don't do all of that. Chill. Focus on this one thing. Keep those blinders on and go straight forward to your goal. I don't want to overcook the grits, so I'm going to end right there, y'all. I think I'm going to come out with a 90-day plan. A whole 90-day plan. Like for the next 3 months, what does that look like? Because your girl needs to delegate. Okay? This is not sustainable living. I love you all.